Sunday, November 30th, 2008, Lake Pillsbury Airport, in the Lake Pillsbury Mountains. Around 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Team Bad to the Bone put down their beloved E-Techs and took up old school Tippmanns and WGP pumps to play with Lake Pillsbury residents for a day and a secret skills workshop. Bad to the Bone is a scenario recreation ball team from the Ukiah-Willits area of Northern California. The game was set up by the local paintball store and team sponsor, The Bunker, along with Amy Pomeroy of the Lake Pillsbury area. Lake Pillsbury is located an hour and a half northeast of Ukiah in the mountains. It is a pretty remote area, and residents get together every so often to shoot it out on the sides of the dirt landing strip of the Lake Pillsbury Airport. Amy Pomeroy, resident of Lake Pillsbury and mother of paintball addicts, extended the initial invitation. She was hesitant at first. Being a loyal customer of The Bunker, she had heard about the skill of Bad to the Bone and was concerned that they would totally dominate the kids and locals who only play in the Pillsbury woods. Doug, otherwise known as Slick in the paintball community, Grider, assured her that it would be a fun day of play for all. While planning to play, he also spoke to his team about the importance of sharing what they have learned with others.
Hey, my name's Jeb. They call me Speed Bump, and I'm on Team Bad to the Bone.
What was your biggest fear, if any, going into this game?
Well, it was probably if I had to clear someone out of a bunker. I was afraid how I was going to get the little kids out of the bunker because these kids weren't necessarily like me, where I would just pop up and shoot. They would just get behind a bunker and stay there forever. And if I wanted to advance, I had to get them out. Well, the only really option was to bunker them, but the way we would bunker, because most of us were using pumps, our plan was to run around, say, surrender, and see what would happen. Well, me and my brother ended up trying to surrender some of them. He ran around while I stayed behind the bunker, and they both shot him. So then I didn't know what to do because I have a pump. There's two little kids who are trigger happy, who just want to shoot anybody. So I just kept yelling over to the bunker saying, hey, are you going to give up? I'm going to come around. But the biggest fear was just getting shot repeatedly really close.
By a new guy.
Yeah.
The day started like any normal recreation day of paintball. James Grider, otherwise known as Grubby in the paintball world, co-captain of Bad to the Bone, gave basic safety rules, exit and respawn rules, and set up a designated goggles-on area. Then they split up into teams and got to the war, which is the most important part of any paintball adventure. Amy Pomeroy is also a local photographer and was snapping action pictures of the game. When I passed her on the field, we shared the thought that we would love to get a prize-winning paint break shot Gary Baum of paintball photography is so famous for. She mentioned how bad she was tempted to hang up the camera and get in some trigger time. It is difficult to cover a game and not be able to play it, I shared with her as we continued taking pictures and working around the field. After about 3 sets, the guys on Bad to the Bone had a good feel for the way the kids from Lake Pillsbury were playing. We grouped up for the final set of the day, and each Bad to the Bone player took at least one Lake Pillsbury player as his buddy. Even though during the previous game sets, Bad to the Bone split themselves evenly amongst the sides, the games still became heavily stalemated as the boys were gunning for each other. Now, as they started their first buddy game, the sides seemed more even, as Bad to the Bone became field teachers, and were so busy showing the kids how to snap shoot, cover, bump up, and call out positions that they could not gun for each other.
Go out that way! What the I'm with you!
I'm Ben, the animal.
How'd you get your team name?
I'm an animal on the field. I go psycho sometimes.
How did it feel to be a teacher, and did you learn anything from this experience?
It was fun to teach the kids, correct them so then that they could do better. I learned a lot, and my favorite part was when after I taught the kids, then they would put those into practice and move around me, and I'd shoot them still, but it looked like they're having a fun time.
Dad! Get over here!
As I worked my way around the field, snapping pictures here and there, I must admit that I became excited, deep inside my soul. It was extremely refreshing to see such a young group of players who love the speed of speedball and the constant action of scenario slow down and take the time to share with the new player. For me, this has become a rarity in our sport. Sure, you can always find that old coondog baller who is willing to take the time to patiently teach new players, but rarely do you see it from the youth of our sport. I could feel the frustration at times when the new player was not quite grasping the concept, especially when the teacher gets shut out because of it. However, they simply respawned and ran back to pick up class where it was stopped moments before.
Hi, my name is Jason, aka Crazy J.
If you had to pick one part of the entire day, including the barbecue, what would be your favorite part?
Probably taking my noob out, Jaden. He was a cool kid, and I see a lot of promise there.
In the end, as we packed up our gear and cars, I could not help but smile as I heard the laughter, the stories, and especially the excitement of the new lessons learned by the new players. The ultimate bonus was when they invited us to their homes in Lake Pillsbury for a kick-ass barbecue afterward. If you had to pick one thing of the whole day, and including the barbecue afterwards, what would be your most favorite thing of the whole day?
It was probably when they wanted to take pictures with us. Everyone was kind of taking pictures without their E-Tech 2s, and I was like, that's a little weird. So I went into my bag and I got both my E-Tech 2, actually an E-Tech 1 and an E-Tech 2, and I gave them to my kids to hold. And when they got them, they're like, "Oh wow, we get to hold these." I was like, "Yeah, dude, anytime." And and that was fun. And then everyone else was like, "Whoa, we want to take our picture over so that we can hold the guns too." And then later on, when pictures were almost over, the littlest kid came out to me and he asked if he could take the picture with me. He already took a picture with my older brother Jason, who he went around with the whole game, but then he asked me, and that really meant a lot to me. Give it up to Eclipse. Those guys are awesome. They've done so much for us. They invited us out to Pennsylvania, and it was a blast just kind of get to know the other people. And
the company truck